know if you ever spent a day in your life. You never open your mouth till you know what the shot is.
This is a response video to why I had to take down Kendra Sweet's testimony last week and take down the vlog. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Okay, I waited 3 days to post this, or actually 3 days before I made this so I could calm down. So I'm going to let y'all know that it's not a happy thing for me to do this, but to catch all of the audience who may not know what this is about, I have a friend, or had a friend, that I've known for a long time, Kindra. And I decided to leave a testimony to show of her strength and her intelligence and her strong-willed, and because it was the end of the first week of the first year, and I was wanting to show how little goals add up to the big goals. For some of you professional athletes who watch this, you already know that. But lots of people think that they just go after the big goal and they fail. To when if you set small little goals all day long, you can always reach the bigger goals. She's somebody who does this naturally, and I have a lot of respect for her. So I wrote a testimony, a written testimony, which she's asked me to take down. And then I also put her in the vlog, which she's not a public person. She's kind of private, so she's just not real comfortable with it. But it's my Facebook and it's my journal. So if I want to write about something, and it wasn't there to give her embarrassment, but it was to give her credit for what she does, and does right and does well. Because remember, the one thing you want to be is you want to be a closer, not a loser. Because coffee is for closers.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
So in short, what has happened is that other people started texting her and thinking what I was doing was creepy, inappropriate, going to embarrass her, going to ruin her reputation, and she got all creeped out by it and asked me to stop and take this stuff down. Now, the problem of it is that they're claiming legal action on me, and what I'm about to do here is I'm about to explain to these people, who I think I have a pretty good idea who these people are, why they're wrong, and why what they're doing is mean and kind of cyberbullying. So stand by. Here we go. Remember,
A, B, C. A always B, B, C closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. AIDA.
okay, so first point, and whenever there is slander, whatever is said or posted or written or videoed has to have malice. This is Constitutional Law 101, and you have to have malice. If there's no malice, then it's not slander. It can't hurt your reputation. Okay, so we're going to get into that right now. I'm not going to post this. I'm going to read what I wrote, what I posted. So you're going to have to bear with me here, because I told Kendra I would take it down. I'm honoring that contract with her, but I'm not honoring what I said, in the sense of saying that what I'm going to let this audience know exactly what was posted. Okay, here's what it says. In the first week of 2016 is about over. Just wanted to take a minute to reflect upon a point. A person who starts something and does not finish it is a loser. A person who starts something and finishes it always is called a closer.
Attention, interest, decision, action. Attention. Do I have your attention? Interest. Are you interested? I know you are, because it's you close or you hit the bricks. Decision. Have you made your decision for Christ?
So there we go. You've learned some things from Alec Baldwin today. Okay, to continue what I'm saying here. Okay, now, starts something and finishes it always called a closer. I've met hundreds of people, thousands of people in my 48 years on this earth. I know I know my share of closers in my lifetime. Just let me share with you a story. Okay, here's the story. I met Kendra 9 years ago when she was just 18 years old. Actually, I was 21. We figured that in the vlog. So, okay, 21 years old. Her spirit was infectious and intoxicating, which it still is. As Kendra and I became good friends, I used to drive her around in my stretch 18-passenger Hummer limo. I do that with all my friends, but just they think that's a point of contention. We'll get to that. One day, she told me she had entered a contest. My girlfriend at the time gave her some suggestions of food for thought how she may approach this contest. My girlfriend at the time was also considering entering this contest, which excluded me from helping Kindra. Kindra won the contest. As years passed, Kindra had goals and challenges, and every time she met them, she won. About 3 years ago, her family was split apart, her daughter and her son and her grandmother. Kendra was a transplant from Hurricane Katrina. She came to Kansas City when she was just 17 years old. She set roots in Leavenworth, Kansas, and she's had a family. 3 years ago, the family was split up due to unforeseen circumstances. For the last 3 years, she has worked 100% of her days, bringing her family back together. This year, she's inches away from having that goal be completed and closing it out. Once again, she's a closer. But sacrifices she has made and the circumstances she has endured has been most of any human being I have ever seen, which is true. She's gone through a lot to get this thing done. Things that Kindra has done to gain financial solitude and to fight is the most intense. You have to understand, this is not a person with letters behind her name or any education. Kindra has fallen through the cracks of society, but somewhere she has learned to fight and win. With no formal education or training or support, she has become a fierce competitor of life. Kindred redefines the definition of closer. My home teacher one is a doctor and the other is a professional football player, which you both are probably watching this right now. As you both know, if somebody learning to be a closer is kind of a gift. So you guys probably understand what I'm saying here, that this is an honor to know her. So, but Kendra helps me understand and redefine the definition of family and the definition of the eternal family. I consider her an eternal friend and a blessing to have her in my life. Okay, that's what I wrote. Okay, that's basically that's what I wrote, and there's no malice in there. There was no content. Everything was factual, and it was true, and there's nothing there to harm her. So let's get on to point 2. Okay, point 2, which is going to have to be set up just a tad. Okay, there's 2 types of knowledge we have. We have general or common knowledge, such as all stoplights are green, yellow, and red. And then there is general knowledge, which is the flag is red, white, and blue. And then there is public knowledge, which might mean if you get divorced or something, you can go out there and find out, or if you buy a house, you can find out who bought the house. Okay, there's public knowledge, general knowledge, and common knowledge. 3 types of knowledges you have. As long as it's not private or it's illegal to publish something or write about it or discuss it in any way, shape, or form. This is called the First Amendment. It's also part of the Fourth Amendment. So when these guys say it's creepy that I put her business out there, if your business is general or common, then anybody can write about you if they want to, or talk about you if they want to. That's not against the law. Now, especially if they don't have malice in their conversation or in their intent of communicating their point. There's no malice and it's general or common knowledge. You don't have, anybody can talk about you. Now people who say, oh, I don't want people to know about my business. Well, that's kind of sketchy. But let me tell you what, even if it is sketchy, if it's common or general, they can talk about it. And even if it comes off kind of negatively, as long as it's factual, they can talk about it or write it or do anything. So unless you're just totally going to go off the grid, which would make you a suspect for ISIS, I would say, you know, most people do. Now, like I said, once there's no malice in it, if there's malice in it, there could be a problem. But if there's no malice there, and it's meant for intending it for factual or general purposes, or it's legal. You know, it's legal. So when you guys say I shouldn't be putting your business out there, it's up to me what business I put out there, because it's actually my business. See, that's the problem. When I know something, it becomes my business. That's the business I know. So I own it then. So, okay. Let's get on the... Alright guys, for our third point, we're going to talk about the difference between what it means to be cyberbullying and bullying, and why these people who would put pressure on her to take this down and not do it was considered bullying, and this is the reason for the video. I'm actually going to have an expert witness on, a gentleman who goes to MIT, who's in an Ivy League school, to explain why this is bullying. Hi, this is Brody Elwood, and Brody, where do you currently go to college?
The Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
And what are you studying?
I am studying physics.
Physics. Okay. You understand the term, you explained to me earlier about what bullying is and how social media and how communication is. Can you tell me again how social media is supposed to be used and how it should not be used?
Yeah, at least in my sense, I've kind of seen, at least in the past little while, that communication really breaks down sometimes in social media when we are really trying to attack somebody else. What really makes us a civilized society is the fact that I can have an opinion and I can express it, and if you have an opinion and it's different from mine, I don't have to attack you, but I can disagree with you. And in the physical sense, like with physical bullies, what they do is they try to oppress others by physically suppressing them. And the same thing happens in the online world. We all may have different opinions or different beliefs, but when one person tries to suppress the others, it's really a type of bullying, as they try to control others into their own kind of worldview.
Now, did you read the post I posted about my friend Kendra?
I did.
Yes. Okay, did you see any malice or any bullying in that post at all?
No, I thought it was you were talking about a friend. I thought it was a good post about a friend.
Okay, so when people say I'm putting her business out there and it needs to be taken down, could that be considered any form of cyberbullying to make somebody feel that this is a negative spin?
No, I really honestly thought, like, I know you know Kendra personally, and I thought that it was just a, kind of a friendly gesture to say, hey, I've seen this in her life, and try to teach a lesson about it. It's just sharing a personal experience online.
So what about the people that told her that this is bad? Would that be what kind of would that be kind of an abusive or a bullying type tactic when somebody puts something positive out and then somebody tries to tell them that it was negative?
Yeah, I mean, like, we can all have our opinions, but, you know, personally, just from reading the post, I think it was, you know, something that you were trying to help other people with, because I noticed how you use social media is you're trying to help others and, like, share a good message. That's what I felt you were doing. And so I wouldn't think that taking it down would be a good idea.
All right, well, hey, thanks for being on the vlog, and we will chat with you soon again.
All right. See ya.
I guess another way of saying this reminds me of the movie Boiler Room. Do you remember this little speech that Ben Affleck made?
$2,500. And there is no such thing as a no-sale call. A sale is made on every call you make. Either you sell the client some stock, or he sells you on a reason he can't. Either way, a sale is made. The only question is, who's going to close, you or him?
Okay, final summation, guys. Here's the deal. I went ahead and I took down the post. I took down all the postings for respect to her. However, I've lost a friend, and the bully still won. People may think I'm bullying her making this video. No, I'm just advocating my own experience. So keep in mind, the reason why I don't have vlog number 4 up is because people didn't like what I said. That's the bottom line. That's why it's there. So we're gonna make this 4, and then I'll make a quick one for 5 for next week. So all right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you. In Jesus Christ I pray, amen.